Some people say that when one door closes, another one opens. Can you imagine how stupid that would look on a Unimog going down the road? Anyway, this episode is about the doors. I've been trying to locate a water leak. We found water here on the passenger side, that's the right hand side. So I've stripped out the whole of the interior, or not the whole of it, but a lot of it, so that we can have a look what's what. I suspected the windscreen seal, but nothing came through there, and I suspected the bolt here and various things. After about an hour of spraying the vehicle with a hose, I noticed a tiny bit of seeping of water here. Turns out that, one second, this plastic membrane that covers this hole was not on properly, so basically water came out through there. Okay, so clean this area up. Gonna get some riv nuts into there, and then got a piece of sound dampening thing, put it there. It's already a piece down there, if you can see it. So yeah, White Spirit takes this rust protection stuff off. Okay, so this hasn't really been, you know, the total success, but it's getting there. So one of the important things that we've done today, this is a permanent thing, is that we have put sound deadening stuff behind the door. There. This is what it sounds like without anything in it. Right? So when we open it, Mercedes, yeah, good. I took the door card off, and the door card is obviously fastened with things like this. They break and they turn into this, and you have to have tons of stuff with you and a little pry tools, so you don't really want that if you're going to muck about with this one in the future. So what we did was we put the riv nuts in, and now there is some temporary screws there. I do not like Allen key head screws, so we're going to order some proper screws for that, proper length, and the original door card is back. It's not very pretty, so expect a new door card at some point with new upholstery. Expect the inside of the door to be painted, and expect the proper water seal on the inside here. I just realized I didn't seal that one up, so I might have to do that. But now with the screws in here, we can take this off and we can put it back on without any issues. So I can definitely see ourselves putting a more robust door card there, so that we can put stuff on the door, like a maybe armrest, drinks holder and stuff like that. So yeah, and still need to do the other door, but we identified the water leak, which comes from here, and that's good. And oh yeah, we also put some Dinitral anti-corrosion stuff in there. We're pleased to see that there was tons of anti-corrosion stuff already in there, so that's all good. But yeah, it is not a finished product. It'll do for now, it's better than it was, and we will keep on working with it. Top of the morning to you. We got the new bolts for the door, so I'm going to change those now. I'm going to put them in the other side that doesn't even have a door card on yet, but I'm going to put them in now so I know where they are, so I don't have to look for them when we fix the door card and the proper seal, which will probably arrive today, but we won't be getting around to that because we still need to do this. But first the screws. If you don't want to go through all the hassle of making these door cards yourself, it turns out that Motorcraft Adventure Developments in Doncaster, England are making these out of plastic, so you might want to check them out. Oh, and I'm not being paid to say this either, so just check out the good guys. if you want to see more of these sort of gluing vinyl to plywood thingies, check out episode 11 where we did the ceiling. Playing the doors. Sorry. When we started the cab project, we only thought that we would install the soundproofing so that we would make it a little bit more comfortable and easier on our ears when we're driving at long distance. However, as I noticed the water leak, we've now gone further and further in working on the doors. So the next step was going to be painting the doors, and really I didn't expect to do that when we started out, but you know, one thing leads to another and so forth. Now here I want to give a huge thank you to Andy. Not only did he take a long time traveling to our place, but then he spent the whole day jumping up and down on the Unimog and doing this very ungrateful job, which is sanding. And on top of that, Andy has been extremely supportive of this project from the get-go and throughout till the moment I'm recording this. So a huge thank you to Andy for absolutely everything you've done. It's amazing. Thank you. Whilst we're watching Andy's huge efforts, I'd like to say a few things about sanding. The basics of it is that when you think you're done, you're not done and you need to do some more. Sanding is where the final result lies. You can correct a little bit of paint drips and problems with the paint and stuff like that, but if you are painting over a badly prepared surface, you can't do it, you can't correct it, you just have to start over. Which brings us to the questions, when is the paint prep work done? Well, it's very difficult to say because your hands and fingers are really not at a high enough resolution to tell you when the surface is smooth. The professionals, they spray over a temporary paint and sand it down, so they might have a grey surface and then they spray some black paint on it, and when the black paint is completely gone, then it's good enough. Now, this is not a chip foos vehicle, as I've said before, so we don't do that. So instead, we're trying to bring some sort of reason to it, but generally it's not done until you've done it a little bit more, and then maybe some more again. So with a bit of experience, you'll sort of learn to figure out when is a good time to stop. But do a little bit more anyway. Okay, Saturday recap about the doors. Andy and Kaz managed to sand a lot the doors and mask a lot of it. However, it needs more sanding. It's annoying, but at this stage you cannot cut corners. It needs more sanding, it needs more preparation. In haste, I painted the passenger side door on Saturday. I shouldn't have done that. Good thing though is that it now has got a thin coat of primer on it, which means that hopefully it won't rust at least. The other door is unprimed, so yeah, that's where the doors are. I'd love to continue with that today, or no, I wouldn't. I hate sanding and I hate paint preparation because it's never good enough. But I would like to have it done, and therefore I'd like to do that. However, the weather's really bad, so there's no chance I can get that done today.
Here's the tip I wanted to share with you. When we are now closing up the door hole here for painting, we're obviously using a piece of plastic sheeting, but the tip I wanted to share with you is that we're using magnets to attach it to the actual vehicle. We are obviously using metal magnets here because this is a steel cab, so if you have an old Morgan, for example, and you want to do some painting on it, make sure you use wood magnets. If you're having a kit car, use glass fiber magnets and so forth, but they're really handy to attach something temporarily like this. And whilst we're watching us do more masking and prepping and painting, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers that have shown up. Really nice to have you here, and also thank you to all the old subscribers. Without you there wouldn't be this many subscribers. Go figure. Anyway, thank you for watching. A year ago the channel was 1,000 subscribers. We are more than double that now, so to me that's just fantastic. Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
We're finally happy with how the doors were sanded, so big thumbs up to Kaz and big thanks. And then we just sprayed the primer on the doors on the door reveal, and it's looking good. Now we just need to wait a little bit before we can shut the door for the night. Let's go see what the crazy's up to. Hey, hey, what you doing?
Putting the Unimog back together.
So what we done?
We've been painting.
The door.
Yeah, nice gunmetal metallic grey.
And the door shut. That's where the door shuts.
Yeah, really. and I'm just putting back the door seal because that's what seals it.
Yeah.
And
It's not a swimming thing in the ocean.
what happens when it rains and you don't put the door seals in?
It doesn't seal.
You end up with a swimming pool in a Unimog.
Yeah.
Don't ask us how we found that one out.
But let's have a look at the other side. So here we go. That's a can and a half of Rust-Oleum's finest what was it called?
Automotive primer.
Automotive primer. And when I say finest, could be interpreted as an artistic license. Anyway, it's grey. Here's something that I am having real problems with. I so want to put the door card on to see what it looks like when done. Also want to put the handles and everything else on just to see what it looks like when it's all done. But I'm gonna have to restrict myself and let it cure. So at least till tomorrow, hopefully even longer than that, and then it should be hard enough to withstand the rigors of working on it. A little bit annoying. The weather's turning on me. I got one coat of grey on it. It's quite a good coat, but I would obviously like another coat just to make sure that it is everywhere and it is thick enough. However, there's a forecast of at least 50% rain. So yeah, if it could have stayed away for another hour, it would have been very useful for me, because that would have meant that I could have got another coat on and I could have let it dry without this blue shower cap. Right, so attempt number 2. I just opened the door, I didn't know what to expect. I thought maybe it's all ruined because I closed the door too early when the paint wasn't dry. Turns out it's pretty good, no damage. I'll just start sanding a little bit and then more paint on. Thank you. Here's the last piece of the door puzzle. It is a genuine Mercedes part. I don't think they make pattern parts for these sort of things. So here we go. How pretty is that? There we go. The doors are now done.
there you have it. What started with a water leak ended up with a lot more work. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Unimog